All right, hi Fauzia. Let's take a look at this essay you've sent us about the Olympics. Here we go. Experts throughout both the developing world and developed world have debated regarding the importance of Olympics in today's day and age. Some believe, no comma, Olympic Games are a waste of time and cost a tremendous amount of money. Personally, I strongly disagree. This essay will argue that Olympic Games are still important, using examples from the UK Sporting Committee and the Chinese government. Okay, fine. One thing I would have changed here is developing world and developed world. It's a little repetitive, and it's much more cohesive to just say in both the developing and developed world. All right, moving on. There is ample evidence that hosting the Olympics is credible even today. Credible is the wrong word. I don't know what word you mean, but it's certainly not, this is not the appropriate word here. The central reason for this is twofold. Firstly, it has financial benefits to the host nation. This is because of the influx of visitors who in turn contribute to the economy of the city. Secondly, it creates a benchmark for the sportsmen and motivates them. You mean him, unless you did MEN plural, and then motivates them to achieve higher goals. For example, recent empirical research by the UK Sporting Committee demonstrated that nearly 50% of the world records in sports are set during Olympics. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that organizing Olympics is beneficial for the host countries as well as the sportsmen. Fine. Although they have a positive impact, there is a case for abolishing Olympics due to the cost and efforts involved in participation herein. This is largely because of the fact that from a huge number of athletes preparing for Olympics for years. Okay, you have to change something around here. Let's try it again. This is largely because of the fact, well, you don't even have to say of the fact. Let's try it again. This is largely because from a huge number of athletes preparing for the Olympics for years, only a handful get a chance to represent their country on this global platform. I think it's better that way. Also, I'm not a big fan of this word, huge. It feels very informal. So large would be better, or there were many different words you could have used. Okay. As a consequence, it may be considered as wasting resources by some. For example, an extensive study by the Chinese authorities revealed that only 5% of the country's athletes get a chance to participate in Olympics. Thus, it seems unreasonable for some to conduct such games. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that Olympic Games are of great value in the modern society. It could be predicted that It could be predicted that an increasing number of countries will want to host it for financial benefits. Okay, that's fine. Now, the essay in general is very nice. You've done a good job, good vocabulary, good grammar, cohesive. I enjoyed it. There's one problem with this essay that I want to talk about. You said in your introduction that the Olympics are important. Great, you should have done that. You said it again that they are of great value. So the side that you have decided to go with is clear. However, the order of your paragraphs is wrong. We always put the side that we truly support, that is this paragraph, we put it closer to our conclusion. So this should have come first as your body paragraph, and then this should have been the second body paragraph, okay? That's what I would have changed. This is something that will affect your coherence and cohesion score because it shows the correct order, the correct progression of ideas, okay? So those are the things I'd like you to change, and then a couple of those little grammatical and punctuation things that we saw throughout, and word choices as well, a couple things that we discussed already. Okay, so let's take a look now at your task 1. Okay, so it's the Albion letter. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing to apologize regarding an unfortunate incident, with a T here, where I was unable to provide a medical leave certificate for not attending an internal examination. Let me explain my situation in more detail. I am Sarah Parker, second-year student of business studies. My student ID is this, and the case number is this. On Monday, 13th of November, I was diagnosed with laryngitis, which prevented me from taking the exam scheduled the next day. So no here and out of the. I did visit the doctor that day, but I clearly missed taking a sick note from him. This is a little awkward right here. but I failed. Maybe that would have been a better word. But I failed to get a sick note from him, or I failed to request a sick note from him. Something like that would have been better. However, I do have a prescription for the medicines and the pharmacy bills as proof that I was indeed unwell. Get rid of the A here. I understand that the college follows strict protocols regarding absentees during exams, and a medical leave is mandatory for re-examination. No comma here. Since I have a clean record and more than 95% attendance, may I ask you to please reconsider my case? I would be obliged if you give a chance and reschedule the exam for me. Once again, I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience and hope that you consider my case favorably. Yours faithfully. Okay. I liked it. I liked it very much. The language was lovely. It was very formal. It was accurate. So all those things have been done very well. There is one problem here, though, which is going to really lower your score. Let's talk about it. So, did you apologize for the situation? Absolutely. Did you identify yourself? You most certainly did. Did you have an explanation, any evidence? Yes. I think there was a mistype of this because it's supposed to be possible resolutions, plural. Okay? So, if you had typed it correctly, and it says possible resolutions to consider, which means that you're supposed to provide more than one resolution. I think that perhaps that's where you might have come into a problem because the S here is missing. So you probably just thought, okay, well, I only have to give one resolution. So, okay, in that case, not a big deal. But do bear in mind that when you see a plural, okay, or for example, here where you see an and, you have to do everything that the prompt asks you to do, everything that the bullet asks. So, when it says resolutions, you most certainly must give more than one resolution, okay? And here again, you did this. I'm just, trying to state what has to be done. So both an explanation and indication of some sort of evidence. So it's fine. It's well done. Again, if you look at what we sent you, you'll see that it says resolutions, which means that you have to include more than one. All right? Very lovely job, though. I really like this. So keep these things in mind as you move forward in the course. And go ahead and correct these, return them back to us corrected, and let's see another set of essays from you. Good luck.